Yo, what is up, everybody? Sir Esco back again. Another chapter from our new horror story titled The Escape, written by Eva Bileb. Remember to use the links in the description below. Show love to them. Like, comment, and subscribe. Chapter 2. I race down the stairs and out the doors to the retired apartment complex, and I spot Mr. Pearson. He was the last person I wanted to talk to right now, forever really, but I had to. I hear the doors behind me, and everyone falls silent. They were all curious, and they were now looking all around, on high alert for whatever I had been freaking out about. I finally reached Mr. Pearson, out of breath. Sweat dripping, pooling into my eyes from the sun that had been warm this morning, but was now blazing hot. I lean over to catch my breath, and right before I do so, I see the alarmed look on his face. He knows that something terrible must have gone wrong in order for me to resort to talk to him. Also, he knew I was the person on watch, and when the person on watch wants to talk to you, they never have anything good to say. We are under attack. We're what? We are under attack. I scream despite the burning in my lungs, telling me to take it easy a bit longer. He looks down at me in disbelief. Immediately, Mr. Pearson piles everyone into the 6 cars we managed to get running, all of them conveniently packed and ready to go for the most part, because all of the planning we had done in advance for the trip to the other camp. Doors slamming all around me. Once we were in the car, people started asking me questions. How many were there? A lady I've seen around the camp, never talked too much, and her name is still question of mine. Where were they coming from? An older southern man. How long do we have? A young man that looked like he would be suited perfectly for the life of a businessman. Maybe he had been one. It's always hard to tell nowadays. They were coming from the north. Maybe Cleveland? Is all I could report to the driver. He repeated my words into a walkie-talkie. We found a few from the old police station down the road from the apartment complex and had given one to everyone that was assigned the responsibility of driving whenever it was needed. Usually, those people were former police officers or truck drivers that were used to driving all the time and who were used to using a walkie-talkie to communicate. We sped away. I was wedged in the back with one other girl. I was skeptical because Mr. Pearson shoved me into this vehicle without me having a choice. I was expecting this one to explode or something, but we had been driving for quite a while. However, this theory was still not ruled out. Hey, I don't believe we have met before. I'm Mia. I don't believe we have. Max. We talked for quite a while, and I get to know her pretty well. You grew up near Columbus, Ohio too, which was only a little under 2 hours northwest of Akron, Ohio. Akron is where our old camp that was probably being raided now, was located. Everyone knew where we were headed. Miami, Florida was a little over a 17-hour drive from Akron, and we had already put in a good 3 hours. Night had fallen, and it had started to rain, heavily. I look out my window and see the raindrops running off the slippery glass, splattered with crusted over mud, dust, and bug guts. I was calm for the first time in a while. Mr. Pearson was nowhere in sight. He had sped off in one of the other cars, thankfully. However, this amazing feeling didn't last for long. In an instant, my life flashed before my eyes, and before I knew it, I was on the side of the road. I had been pushed out of the car. I felt the gravel dig into my skin. And after a moment of sitting there in utter shock and confusion, I stand up slowly. I look up to see the car I had been, safe and dry, inside of just moments before, speed away. I look down and see my body is cut up everywhere. Pointy stones stick out of my knees. Blood is trickling down from the scratches, blending with the mud and water that I'm covered in. My new clothes that I had just put on before leaving were torn and tattered now, and my right leg had been bent in every way except the right one. I look around, praying to see a building I could use for shelter. Instead, I see a dark figure getting off the ground just a few feet away. The next thing I know, I'm falling over again. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of chapter 2.